Alright, time to speedrun the AEW All In Wembley Stadium card. Let's just speedrun the absolute fucking shit out of this. Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole. For the ROH World Tag Team Championships, I see Aussie Open retaining these titles because I do not see MJF and Adam Cole staying a tag team by the end of this. And I'm not trying to disrespect the performers by, taking this so fast. Just kind of on a time crunch right now. Next match is going to be I apologize. Jack Perry versus Hook for the FDW title. I see Jungle Boy Jack Perry retaining because I really hope to God, I don't know why, I just like the idea of Taz coming back for one more match to squash the living hell out of Jack Perry or vice versa. So that's the only reason why I want Jack Perry to retain this title, just to see that happen. Also, I like Jack Perry's current persona with that title and being just a smart ass. Hopefully, maybe getting more legends out to try and attempt to beat his ass. Maybe even Sandman, who knows? Next is going to be Eddie Kingston, Penta, and Best Friends versus the BBC and Santana and Ortiz. Blackpool Combat Club. It's not BBC. It's BCC. Blackpool Combat Club versus and Santana Ortiz. I see Eddie Kingston's group in winning this in whatever match this is. What is it? Stadium Stampede. That is what the match is. Sorry. I see Eddie Kingston winning this because this is literally all of his former best friends just kind of shitting on him, and I think he deserves this big victory upon his return. And also I see Santana Ortiz. I don't really think they're going to be a tag team, so I really don't see the functionality. Maybe even they have a feud outside of this. Next match, Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. I see Will Ospreay getting this victory to be able to claim he can have beaten those three people within the span of 2 months, and I see Will Ospreay being this next generation. I see no problem with Chris Jericho wanting to. I see Chris Jericho taking no problem in pushing the next generation. The Golden Elite, which is Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, and Kota Ibushi versus the Bullet Club Gold and Takeshita. I see Golden Elite winning this because it is just the fucking most fucked team ever. It is the most overpowered fucking team ever of Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Hangman Adam Page. I that's just so fucking overpowered. I also see Don Callis coming out and trying to pull Takeshita out of this match to not take the L. In some sense, at least not taking the pin. Next is going to be Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage in a casket match. Do not see Sting really taking the loss here, especially with him and Darby going against kind of a mismatched team of Swerve and Christian Cage. So yeah, it's more than likely going to be Darby Allin and Sting picking up this victory upon pushing for Darby Allin to win the TNT title at, I assume, All Out. House of Black versus The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn in a match for the Trios title. It's gotta be The Acclaimed and Badass Billy Gunn winning this fucking title at this point. I'm pretty sure they faced off for this title at least one or two on other occasions, and the storyline calls for it. And honestly, I would have been more upset with House of Black losing these trio titles if they didn't have already won a good run, and if it just makes sense. There's at least a story building up to them losing these titles. Next match, FTR versus the Young Bucks. I've heard some people saying this is going to be a draw potentially. Stupid choice. It's a stupid choice in my opinion. At this point, blow it off. It's going to be Young Bucks probably picking up these tag titles because goddamn with FTR, they have been in the abyss. Not saying that FTR don't put on amazing matches, but in the sake of storylines, it's been devoid when it comes to these tag titles. They have been kept in the dark for too long in that sense. So it clear as day has to be the Young Bucks picking up these tag titles. Hikaru Shida versus Toni Storm versus Saraya versus Britt Baker for the women's title. It's suffice to say, I think Saraya is picking up this win, even though I don't think she deserves it. Honestly, not saying that I didn't like her work in WWE. It's just on this run, I think there's a lot more women that are a lot more fucking deserving, if I'm putting it bluntly. And Hikaru Shida, in my opinion, if it's by what I wanted, Hikaru Shida should win this match and retain the title, but it's not going to fucking happen. Maybe I'm being too critical, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense in the sake of a multi-man match to not have the champion maybe pinned, but more than other times, they end up being pinned, so. Next match for the real AEW World Title, CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. CM Punk's probably just gonna fucking win this. If I'm being completely frank with you, I do not care about this match. CM Punk just rubs me the wrong way at this point. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I do not care because it is my opinion. For the build-up of the match, it's been alright. I don't know. I'm just devoid of opinion because it's just like one of those things where it's like CM Punk, he makes in a lot of money. He brings in a lot of money. Causes a lot of controversy, but is a boring ass fucking character right now. And next match in the main event for the real AEW World Championship, MJF versus Adam Cole. Probably been the most hyped match with the most story. That was the first fucking called on the show. And I see Adam Cole winning. I see him fucking over MJF and joining, what is it? It is Mike Bennett, another person, and Roderick Strong in that group. I think United Kingdom. No, that's not what it's called. That is not what it's fucking called. United Kingdom, that would make no sense. But yeah, I just for the sake of storyline and keeping it more interesting, I see Adam Cole turning on MJF because MJF has pulled out that ring and thought of attacking Adam Cole but never did, while Adam Cole has seemingly been caught trying to attack MJF from behind, so logically it makes sense. Also, I feel like it would be a more boring route for MJF to just pull out the ring and hit him through halfway through the match and win. I find this to be more entertaining, and honest to God, after Adam Cole beats MJF, I see maybe one or two things. Maybe the storyline continuing between them, I could see that happening, but I could also see MJF taking a break, coming back 10 times more bitter. Like, holy fuck. I think that'd be a bit more scary, honestly. Because before, MJF was just a dick because he just didn't trust people. And now, as an adult, he broke down that barrier for this one person, and they fucked him over. If he was an asshole before, if he was a real scumbag before, I'm afraid of what he's going to do now. But that is... And we got that's the card. That's my predictions. I got that done in 7 minutes. Hey, what can I say? I'm sorry it was speed run. It's just this entire week has been kind of... It's kind of like the entire card was not announced until this week. And of course this week had to be the week where my schedule just got fucked with work and with wrestling practice and with having to work until 9 or 10 o'clock at night. It just kind of fucked me over in that sense. And of course the day I'm doing this, Friday, I am planning to hang out with friends right now after this, but I put it aside. that time. I'm going to be late for that because I wanted to get this video out. Again, deepest apologies, but for one, maybe AEW should do a better job at building up a card, announcing a few more matches, and at least, pointing to a direction, because I tell you what, did not get a single... Remember that predictions video? No one really saw it, but I made a predictions video on the match card itself. I don't think I got a single fucking answer right, which is fine. Maybe some of the answers that I gave will appear on the actual All Out card. But yeah, the only one I really saw that was kind of technically was Shida versus Saraya, but that got turned into a 4-way because the original All In had a women's fatal 4-way. So that does make sense. But that was the closest I got, really. But yeah, no, honest to God, I apologize for the lack of output recently, but I will try my best to rectify that with more output, hopefully with more time freed, which I hope I get. I can make more videos. Also, I literally just got out of the shower. I'm sorry, guys. But anyways, with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you did watch it up to this point, and remember, have a nice day. See ya.